My name is Heather Rogers, and this video is about artificial intelligence, and I'm not very good with technology. I don't have a lot of technology to use in my classroom, and I'm a little of an older generation. I remember when the Commodore 64 came out. That tells you how old I am. I actually had one. So I'm pretty old. But so I've kind of grown up. Technology's kind of grown as I've grown up. But as far as like using it at school and things like that, I'm very far behind because I work in a school for students who have severe behavior disorders, and we don't have a lot of technology. We have limited funds. Our students do have Chromebooks that they get from their home schools, but it's a special ed type self-contained setting. So I don't have a smart board, Promethean board, anything like that. If I do anything on a computer to have it shown to the classroom, I use a projector. So that's about the extent of my technology as far as knowledge and everything goes. I have used a smart board that belongs to another school, and I really enjoyed it. And I think it'd be very beneficial to me, but in my classroom, but we're just not able to have those. So we make do with what we have. As far as artificial intelligence, there's a lot of benefits for artificial intelligence, especially in education. It allows us to, my students do a program called Odysseyware, so all of their learning is online, which does make it a lot easier for me as their teacher. I don't have to write lesson plans because it automatically connects the state standard to the lesson that they're learning about. I don't have to, make up assessments and things like that because it's already in Odysseyware. And it's a lot easier for me when I have 4 and 5 grade levels in one classroom, to have them all, they may all be working on their English at the same time, but there's 4 or 5 different Englishes going on, and it's us switching over to Odysseyware has made that a lot easier for me to do, because it used to be I was trying to do 4 or 5 lessons during our English time with 4 and 5 different students because they're all in different grade levels and they have different standards. So having that computer-based learning has made that easier. I also have been able to do some virtual teaching with having computers. We have a program. Some ways that we use computers or AI in my classroom. We have a program that our students use that's similar, I think, to Prodigy. I've never used Prodigy, but I think it's similar to Prodigy. It's called iReady, and our students take a diagnostic test, and in that diagnostic test, they take one in reading and one in math, and in the diagnostic test, it changes the questions as they're taking the diagnostic based on their answers to the previous question. So it figures out what grade level they're on, and then it tailors their lessons to the grade level that they're on and the things that they need to learn how to do to hopefully increase their grade level as the school year goes on. Also, sometimes I use Khan Academy for my students. We also have used it for social skills because social skills is a very big part of social skills, and therapeutic things are a very big part of what we do at school. And so being able to use computers and all of that has made it possible for us to teach a social skills lesson to several different classes at one time. So we've used that. We also do programs called or assessments called a BASC 3 and a SDQ Strength and Difficulties quiz, We complete those, input that data into the computer, and then the computer gives us a report of the behavior or emotional issues that our students have, and we use those reports to set their goals for the next school year. So that's another way we use it. I use Remind, text, and email for teacher-parent communication. I also have done webinars and Zooms and Google Meets for professional development, and that has been very good for us, because it's very hard for us to find, especially since COVID has happened, it's very hard to find classes that are geared towards what we're trying to do. And I also have used Zoom and Google Meets and Screencastify, and the Google programs like Forms, Docs, Slides, Google Classroom, for virtual teaching during when either a student is on homebound or a student is like when we were out for COVID and the students had a choice whether they wanted to come to school or not. So we did that a lot. Next year, I'm going to be moving to an adaptive special education classroom, and I know that some of the students in there have programs on like iPads or some type of device like that, where they can type in what they want to say, and it will turn around and spit it out for them. And that will also be able to have programs that will read passages to students. I did see one textbook that was really neat, that had a code on it, and you scanned it with your phone, and then it would it would read out the reading passage on that page, so your student could follow along with it if they're a struggling reader. So those are some of the ways that we use artificial intelligence. Some of the concerns that I have about artificial intelligence from the classroom perspective one is that when a student is doing a virtual lesson, if you're not there to proctor them while they're doing their lesson or taking a test or whatever, it's very easy to cheat, because they could have a sibling or a parent help them out with their work. Also, you have the benefits of artificial intelligence, and people say, oh, this is great to have this new computer program that'll do blah, 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 but then they don't think about the bad that might come with being able to do that. Like somebody having access to everything about a person on the internet. There's so much information out there that you can find out about people that you could not find out in 1 or 2 days years ago. You'd have to go do a whole lot of research for that. And also having the computer technology, will that phase out jobs? Now kids have the ability to do online learning through programs like K through 12, and I can't remember the other one, but I know you have teachers who have to develop those lessons, but after a while, how many you have lessons developed, do you still need teachers to develop those lessons? But it's also another these I took from the Genie Out of the Bottle article. And like I said, if we love these programs, they're great programs, but we didn't think about the cons that would come with those programs. So if we knew then what we know now, would we still love these programs? Like facial recognition on pictures. When it first developed on Facebook, I loved it, that I could upload a picture and it automatically would tag, is this person and this is this person and all that. But now I'm like, maybe that's not such a good thing, to be able to just automatically tag somebody, because who knows, somebody in China could be using that for something. I don't know. I don't know. Also, the algorithm on Facebook changes things, or Instagram or whatever. I don't use Facebook as much as I used to, and I log on now and I have to go to somebody's certain page if I want to see something, because it's not going to be on my timeline. Used to, you could choose most recent and it would show you the most recent things posted, but now that's not an option anymore. Also, ads. You can say something out loud around your phone or your Echo, Alexa, or your Siri, or whatever it is that you have, and you open your phone up, and when you're scrolling through it, there's an ad for a pair of shoes that you said you liked. Or you search for a pair of shoes on Google, and then you get on Instagram and there's an ad for those shoes. So that's very, very scary that people can do that. And I also have heard of Alexa devices being subpoenaed for court records to find out what happened when a crime was being committed when there was an Alexa device around. So it's like Big Brother. I have access to everything. And I guess I probably don't worry about it as much as some people do, but like some people refuse to have Facebook. They refuse to have their pictures posted online for the reason of who knows what somebody can get. So I think that artificial intelligence is a great thing. It has enhanced my life. It has enhanced my teaching life. I have been able to work on my master's degree because of virtual learning and everything. I cannot imagine having to drive from Dublin to Milledgeville. I had to do it this last semester for 2 days a week. I can't imagine having to do it probably every day of the week for a year or 2 years while working at the same time and everything else that I have going on in my life. So yeah, I like artificial intelligence. I'm excited to learn more about it and see where I can use it in school, and especially see where I can use it in the next phase of my life, my teaching career. So thank you.